Okay, I think I am live now. So hi everyone. Today, no Hive, or at least not only Hive. As some of you might know, I'm one of the organizers of the World Championship of Abstract Games for national teams. Today I wanted to stream one of the matches played between Estonia and Germany, specifically Kuusk versus Bernd Radmacher. Forgive me for my German bad pronunciation. So for those who don't know what is the Mochalunt, is a championship for teams, and the interesting thing is that every round 4 different games are played, 4 different abstract games. As you see here, there is a list for 8 rounds in total, so 32 games in total, and this is round 5. We're now round 5, and for today we got Xiangwi, or Chinese chess, Blokus, Havannah and Hive. Played on all 4 different platforms actually, but well, they can choose the platform they want. But yeah, I think they're still not live yet. They're still not online. I'm gonna wait for them to join. I think the first game they're gonna play is Xiangwi, which is played on this platform, playstrategy.org. Sorry, made by the Mind Sports Olympiad organizers. You can play loads of different games here. These are my games currently in play by correspondence. At the moment there is all the chess variants, as you can see, is basically based on Lichess architecture, but also all the drafts variant or checkers, shogi, mini shogi, Xiangwi, Chinese chess, so mini Xiangwi, Othello, lines of action, and there are quite a few. What else? And Mancala. So quite many. Okay, I think they're gonna play Hive first on BGA. So I think I'm gonna follow them. I know this is Andres' account, but let's see if they play on BGA on board space. So after all, Hive again. Sorry guys. Let me share on Facebook. Kuusk. Okay. Let's see. Can they play here? Oh yeah, they play here. Okay. Okay, cool. Here we are. Let's have a look. I think my face is just in the wrong place. I'll move it here. Okay, that looks better. Oh, okay. I think they got the wrong color, so they have to abandon and try again. Thank you BGA for this amazing feature you have. Anyway, let's see. No, new game. Okay, let me see a second. Okay, now hopefully Kuusk will go first. Actually, my face here is again hidden. Maybe I should move it. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. My face doesn't matter. Okay, did I start? Not yet. Not yet. So I think they're playing Hive base without expansions. So for those who are watching it on my channel and they're used to see Hive games, they mostly are Hive PLM, so with all the expansions. But for this event, we decided to keep it optional, because there are so many games that, of course, no one is really like very few players are Hive expert, and so we left the option to them if they want to use the expansion or not. But I guess they want to keep it a bit simpler. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Kuusk goes first, opening with a hopper. Okay, Radmacher respond with a hopper as well. Let's see if black goes for, okay, C opening. So both queens on the same side. Another hopper, okay, fine. I would have probably gone for actually with Hive base without expansion. I don't know much openings, because openings can be very different with expansions. So this spider is in position to pin the hopper. I mean, it's not a big issue, or even though it's a through pin. White can just go on with the development, put down more pieces, some ants maybe, or a spider itself here. So for those who don't know the game, who are watching it because they like abstract games in general, but they're not Hive fans, the goal is to surround the opponent queen bee. Okay, it doesn't have to be surrounded with all your pieces, but even your opponent pieces count. So you want to keep it next to you to defend, in the sense that you can jump out and free liberty of your queen, but at the same time you don't want to put too many pieces around your queen, because you can easily lose. And you want to put next to your queen some pieces that are that can easily jump out, like a hopper or a beetle, but you don't want to put ants or spiders, or at least you don't want them to be pinned onto your queen. This is called a compound attack, when you pin an opponent piece onto their queen. because at the same time you pin the queen, and that, like, you take that liberty out of your opponent, and you also pin that piece. So you achieve two goals at once. So black responded with a spider, which is threatening to pin the ant. We'll see if white decides to move the ant somewhere, or to pin the spider, or it's not necessary, but yeah. Another option was to place a hopper on the top right of the queen, but yeah. Okay. So white didn't pin the spider, but just attack straight away. Now black could counterattack and make an X trap, or black can just put another ant down, or use this spider to pin the hopper, as we said, or pin the ant. This is probably a bit too slow. Probably pin the hopper here is a good idea. Let's see what Bernd is doing. The time control on BGA is a bit weird. If you're not in a tournament, you have around 4 minutes to start with, and then you add, I think, 30 seconds every move. In the slow time control. Okay, so Bernd decided to pin the hopper. Makes sense. In the meanwhile, I can also show you the current standings of the Mochalunt. So at the moment, Germany is leading together with Estonia and France. They all 11 points, following the rest of the world team. Then England, Colombia, Spain, 2 Turkish teams. Unfortunately, Italy is only here with 6 points. They won against Turkey, but they lost all other games. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, this is round 4. This while so now the match I'm streaming is the board 2 of Germany, Estonia, and then France is playing the rest of the world. England is playing Colombia, basically coupled in this way. Spain, Turkey, Black Sea. The deadline actually is today, but there are a few games running late, so we'll wait another week, I think. So let's go back to the game, sorry. Okay. Kuusk decided to place down a beetle, which can be pinned straight away. He could also go for a double beetle attack now. So basically, if he plays another beetle here, black doesn't have more pieces to pin, but at the same time, black can defend using placing another beetle here top right. of the queen, and then recover once the beetle covered the queen. So an interesting thing compared to Hive with the expansion is that the beetle is not as strong here. At least it's not crucial, because there's no pillbug. With the pillbug, which is an excellent defending piece, you basically have to neutralize it before actually be able to win. And the most common way is using a beetle. Here, you don't have the pillbug, you can't warp the queen away, so once the queen is locked, you don't really need to use a beetle to cover the queen. What is effective instead is to use the beetle to cover the queen and obtain what is called a direct drop. So you can place new pieces directly next to the opponent queen, because the color of the stack with the queen changed, because the topmost piece gives the color. Hey Randy. Seeing something different today. Randy Ingersoll, former world champion, high world champion, and he's got a channel. Oh, why? Yeah. Is it wrong? Oops. I thought the description was fine. I think it's correct. So what happened here is that black played another hand down and white went on with the attack. So this angle of attack allows the hopper to pin the white queen. What should white do? So there are two options. One is to move the queen away, although it's a bit moving the queen to the right means that this two hopper will likely never get back in play. Probably you have to allow. Okay, you have to allow the hopper to get in here, and then the white hopper can make a ring. Although I'm not sure it's a good idea for white. So this is what is called X-trap. Once the black hopper jumps in here, it creates almost a ring. So you need one more spot to be occupied to make a ring, which means that the first one that creates the ring is usually in disadvantage. So you don't want to create the ring, because once you make the ring, your opponent can break it. So if you create this situation where you only need one space to make a ring, you have the advantage. Especially here, because in this X-trap, the two queens are involved. So whenever white takes this space, black can jump away. And at the same time, the black queen here will be free to move. So yeah, so So exactly as Randy said first time, if you read his book Play Hive Like a Champion, you find all sorts of strategy and tactics explained very well. And one of the most fascinating thing about Hive, I think, is that let me hear. One of the most fascinating thing about Hive is the rings, because whenever you make a ring, you create a new connection, and the motto, the common knowledge is that rings are bad, except when they are good. So there are some cases where they're actually good. And I was thinking about it the other day, actually yesterday. A lot, like almost every game of expert players involves some sort of rings. Okay, almost always. And if it doesn't involve strictly a ring, there is a threat to make a ring or to break a ring. So it's all played around that. And initially, when you start to play, you think, "Oh, I don't have to create the ring for any reason." Okay, there's no reason. No way I'm gonna make a ring because that will give an advantage to your opponent. Which, when you start to play, is true. But then you realize that there are many different type of rings, and actually you make a ring that you actively try to make a ring to create complications. Actually, you try to create rings that are good for you. So yeah, the game can change completely. So Florian, BBZ Abstract Games, his channel is very nice if you like abstract games, by the way. He's asking what's the score. They just started, so I think Estonia, Germany, they haven't. I'm not sure if they played already other games. Let me see. I think the Kuusk with Alexandra Excel, they already played in their tie, but Andres Bernd, they haven't played yet. So this is the first game of the match. 0-0 for now. They're gonna play, as we said, 4 games. The other games are Blokus, Xiangwi, and Havannah. Okay, it's black turn now. So again, the most obvious move would be to move the queen away, the black queen away. Although moving the black queen away would create another ring which would allow the white queen to escape. So yeah, in this case the ring was actually bad. But normally you want to escape with your queen as soon as you can. So yeah, black went for the beetle here. Randy is saying he's happy to see top abstract players play Hive. Actually, they are really good. I think it's just they haven't had time to explore Hive in depth, or they don't like it as much as other games. But Andres Kuusk has won the Pentamind several times, so he's a champion in many other abstract games. Corridor, Lines of Action. I think he plays quite well. Avalon, I think, and Bernd, the captain of the German team. He's a very strong Go player, and from what I've seen, he plays very well out of other games. So yeah, I'm glad too, to be honest, to see other people playing Hive, and I'm very happy that this year will be a tournament at the Mind Sports Olympiad. So I will see people in person with the clocks playing Hive in a competitive tournament. I'm gonna play a few games myself. Well, I got like that week free. I wanna play all games this time. Especially Hive, but there are many other abstract games there, or even non-abstract if you like, Euro games, or there's poker, there's backgammon. So there are classical and modern ones as well. So let's get back quickly to the game. Black decided to place a beetle here. There is an option for white to place a beetle here to the right to defend, but it will be pinned by the black ant. Not saying necessarily it's bad, but and at the same, and also there is the option for white to use the ant to just pin the beetle. So in I think in Hive base without expansion, games tend to be more control like. So more positional if you play chess. The main factor is that there are 3 pieces less, so there is less material and it's easy to get all your pieces pinned. So the position where they get pinned is very important. Of course, it's important also with expansions, but when you don't have the pillbag to move pieces around, or when you don't have the ladybug to jump into the caverns, that internal area, inner areas, then it's very important to use your hopper or your beetles in a proper way. And at the same time, you don't want all your ants to get pinned, because the ants are the basic structure of the hive. You want to use it to defend and to attack. So white went for this move, played the beetle here, which it's probably a bit slow, because he needs 1-2 moves to cover the queen, and even after 1 move, so black could move the beetle in, and once white beetle climbs on top, then the black queen will escape. Again, it will form a ring, which I'm not sure is the best thing, but at least the white queen cannot escape from the ring, because the black beetle would block it. Maybe it's not the only option. I mean, you can also use the black ant to pin the beetle and just postpone the decision. Okay, it's actually what he's doing. I would have probably gone for a beetle here, but it's a bit more complicated. The black queen would go in here. The hopper would move out, probably pinning the beetle on top, and then I don't know, but okay. I mean, this looks safe as well. Now again, white can decide to pin the beetle or leave the threat as it is, just trying to keep attacking, or you can also make a ring, just moving the hopper, like rearranging the hopper to the top right. The black hopper would escape, and then the black queen would be free, so I don't think it's a good idea, but just to consider. Also keep in mind that when there are C openings, if you look at the position of the 2 queen, they form a sort of C, compared to Z, where the 2 queen bees are opposite side. They form this kind of Z. In the C openings, it's more likely to have draws, because one of the kill spots, so one of the liberties of the queens is shared. So if one of the 2 players take that central space and all the rest of the liberties is taken, or both queen, then both queens are surrendered at the same time, then it's a draw. This cannot happen if the two queens are more far. Let me see. Okay. So black turn again. So still, I mean. So again, the beetle could go here, and then the black ant could take this spot, and then it's very likely we'll see a draw. Yeah, he just did it. If white takes this spot now, then the black hopper can jump out, as we said, and the black queen would be free, at least temporarily. White will need to rearrange his pieces. So yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, to be honest. Trying to think. The white pieces are not very well positioned. So let's assume white ant goes in here. Unfortunately, there is no reviewer tool or no tool in VGA that allows us to see different variations. But anyway, white ant goes in here, the hopper goes up here. Then white rearranges, placing it. No, wait, no, I can't do that. Well, I can just put this ant. Yeah, actually, might be interesting variation. Tack. The black hopper goes out, and this white ant goes in and makes the ring again. And now the ring is actually good for white. So. Because I mean, it's good for white, because imagine this ant goes where the black hopper is now. Once the black hopper moves, then this white hopper would jump in through the ant to the left. So maybe it's not a bad idea, but still likely to get to a draw. Okay, white decided just to pin the black ant. Now again, black has three options. One is to move the queen away, making ring, or just kissing the white queen. Although it doesn't really threaten anything yet, because this white hopper can go away, and black doesn't have any piece to get this kill spot on the right. Another option is to just cover the white queen, which allows to place another piece down directly where the beetle was, which will speed up the attack. A third option is just place a new piece like an ant in order to fill this space. I will keep the hoppers for filling the gaps, the internal gaps. Yeah, as Randy says, the two white grasshopper are in the best defending position, so white can free one or even both of them at the right time, making a ring, or filling this space here, for example, will free the hopper on the bottom right. I mean, consider that they are not they're not experienced Hive players. They're playing pretty well. It's okay, Randy, no worries. Tomorrow I can't stream your game, unfortunately, because I have to go out. But tomorrow I think I will stream some of the other games of the Hive World Cup. I think Gandak or Happy Kiwi Nagels. Anyway, bye Randy, thank you for popping up. No one else on the Mochalunt is popping up though. Okay, so now there's no more chance for the black queen to get out. The white hand pinned the hopper. Black has still the option to place, still has to answer reserve, so the problem is this this kill spot on to the left of the white queen. First, because it's shared between the two queens, and second, because it's closed by a gate. It's protected by a gate. This space here between the black queen and the black hopper is called the gate, because ants and spider cannot go in there. So you need a beetle or a hopper. The hopper is currently pinned, so probably the best choice, at least in the long term, for black is to cover the white queen, threatening to directly drop something, and then okay, black went for another approach. Let's see. Oh, it's already 40 minutes. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm gonna stream the whole thing. Maybe I should. I will upload it after some cut here and there, because it's pretty long. And they're gonna play 3 more games. So it's gonna be 3 more hours, so more or less. But I cannot stream all 4 hours, so I have to leave at some point. Okay, the white hand pins the black hand. White is getting slowly control of the hive, but now as black turn to place an ant, although I still think you should cover the white queen first. Then it can place another ant to distract. I mean, yeah, still fine. Probably the move order doesn't matter in this case. The white hand could shift here to pin the black hand. But yeah, I don't know if it's actually convenient. Probably white should start to free this hopper here. You could play a spider here with the idea of filling it in, and the hopper will be free. And then once that gets free, I think black now doesn't have many pieces available. So I feel now, I think black was playing well. Now I feel a bit less optimistic. White has got only 30 seconds, although every move will add some extra time, so it's not a big issue. Also, in this event, usually quite flexible with the time, although black can claim the victory if goes down in time. Okay, this white spider, I think it's a bit misplaced. I don't know where it's going. I could go here, but it's not really pin the hopper. It's not a pin replacement. And if it goes here as well, it's not actually achieving much. And it cannot get into this space because of the gate, as we said. So, don't know actually. Okay, black is finally covering the queen. White could shift the pin. Don't know if he's got time for that, but without, like, if it doesn't prevent direct drop here. Okay, the spider's moving there. Let's see what black does. Placing the beetle here is yeah, it's clearly the best move. Now the problem is this black ant can swoop in here. And then black will win just putting the beetle down. If this white ant pins the black ant, then the hopper will jump in. So I think the only choice is to use an ant to swoop in here to fill, make a fill, freeing this hopper. That's probably the best thing you can do, because at that point, once black gets in here, the hopper is free, and black doesn't have enough pieces to finish. At least not enough hoppers. Although placing the ant here release the spider as well, which can be a bit annoying. Yeah. Well, the topology changes quite a lot, so okay, that's another interesting idea that I hadn't seen, but I still think black should win here. So the queen, so the most obvious move to see is the queen getting here, and then white has to defend because the next kill spot, the last kill spot, is going to be taken. Otherwise the hopper will jump out, but the black ant can take the second last spot, and I think there's no way for white to take last black liberty, the black kill spot. So I use kill spot and liberty as the same thing. We usually say kill spot, but I also like to say liberty a bit. Comparison would go, each piece has 6 liberties, and once all the 6 queen liberties are taken, then it's over. Okay, another option is just simply go on with the plan, which is move the ant in here. The hopper will get out here, and then would free the other hopper as well. So maybe that's not the best thing. One more idea is to break the ring using the hopper. Although this hopper doesn't really, oh well, it could go up here and then shift to the right and go back here. So, okay, no, it went for this move. So this has to be calculated well, because otherwise it ends up in a draw. And probably black played this move with the idea of winning. So yeah, but I think it works. It doesn't matter where, yeah, it's fine. Now the black hand will go in here, and this space, that's the problem, this space cannot be taken because of the gate. So the ant cannot get in, and there's no other hoppers available. So if all goes well, black should win this, I suppose. Okay, yeah. Okay, good game. It was actually more complicated than it seemed, because again of the rings. Loads of rings. Yeah, if the spider wasn't there, then yeah. Then yes. Okay, so what's the next game you're gonna play? We'll see. They didn't go in order. They played Hive first. I mean, the order doesn't really matter, but is the next one Xiangwi, or we'll see. Xiangwi, Blokus. Meanwhile, I can show you what I'm played. I've been playing loads of games, mainly Corridor actually. Corridor is one of the games of the Mochalunt as well. I think one of them. Oh no, actually. Oh no, yeah, Corridor was played in the first round. Yeah. So let's see if we are playing here. This should play Xiangwi here, but I'm not sure. This is one of my Corridor games that I'm probably gonna lose. Wait, should I play here? I have to go all the way here. Oh my. Okay, I think this is fine. So let's update in real time the leaderboard. So the standings and the pairings. So Bernd, yes, 1 hive. Okay, so Germany is currently leading. What else they could play? They could play Havannah here, but they're not playing yet. Or they could play Pentola. Ah, okay, they're playing Xiangwi. Okay, if you never played Xiangwi, don't panic. For non-Chinese speaker, this might look a bit complicated. I probably changed the setting now. It took me a while to learn all the characters, but I'll change it to the more understandable for us pictures. So Xiangwi is also called Chinese chess, and actually I've got a nice book that I'm reading now. I don't know where it is. Here. I can't really. It's going to be really small, but so Xiangwi is a version of chess. Well, you could say it's a different game, but it has some similarity with chess. Let's see its similarities and then the difference. So similarities are first in the goal, you have to checkmate the opponent king. You have some pieces that are similar. The rook is exactly identical. And that's it actually, all the other pieces are different. Even the knight, or the horse, how it's called here, it's similar but not exactly identical, in the sense that cannot jump completely over other pieces. The horse has to move first in a straight line and then diagonal. So if it cannot move in a straight line, then you cannot make that move. Okay, that's a bit different. Then we got the pawns, which are similar, but they can only move by one, and they also capture forward. They don't capture diagonal, as in the chess. And once they pass the river, so the half of the board is called the river, they can also move sideways. They move sideways and forward, and they can also capture sideways. So in the end game, even if you cannot promote to another piece, to a queen, as in chess, but still you can use the pawn to checkmate the king. Then there are the elephants. The elephants move by 2 square diagonal, but they cannot pass the river, so they are confined to this space, these 7 intersections. The king moves by 1 square, but only orthogonally, so sideways, left, right, up, down, but not diagonal. These are called advisors, and they move only diagonal by 1 space. And both the advisors and the king are confined to this square, 3 by 3, called the palace. So yeah, there are many differences. And there is also a rule which says that the 2 kings can never face each other. There always has to be a piece in between. And this actually helps a lot in the checkmate schemes, checkmate patterns. Oh, I didn't explain actually the most cool piece, I think, which is the cannon. The cannon moves exactly like a rook, or actually I should call it a chariot. It's called a chariot in Xiangwi. But it captures by jumping over another piece. It cannot capture like a normal chariot. It has to jump necessarily. So people also say there has to be a cannon mount, so something that the cannon can use to attack. So let's say this cannon here on the second line and the third row can take this knight over here, but cannot capture the other cannon. So if 2 cannons are separated by just 1 piece in between, they defend each other, let's say. So I cannot judge very much the strategy here because I'm not an expert. I know the opening was quite typical, where one of the two pawns get pushed. The problem is that once you push the pawn, well, not the problem, but the characteristic. So once you push the pawn, you can't push the other pawn like in chess, because it will be captured here. So you have to push another pawn, so it forms this asymmetric position. Then the knight have been developed, and the cannon. So black has developed a cannon in the central line. It could capture here, but it will be captured by the knight, by the horse. Sorry. Also, another difference with chess is that the rook, not always, here the chariot doesn't always is not always developed on your first row, but sometimes you can move it on the second row and then moving it along the second row, which is something, well, you can see in chess as well, but is more rare. I think here is quite common. The problem is that if red moves the chariot here, the cannon will take the chariot immediately, which is not, of course, great. The chariot is the most powerful piece here. There's no queen. Yeah, so okay, so what is red doing here is using this pawn as a mount to take this pawn here, which can be defended by the elephant. And at the same time, the chariot is free to go here without the cannon taking the chariot, because the red cannon was acting as a mount. Of course, it can be defended by the other chariot here, or it's a bit more. I think there's a bit more interaction. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know really. I think I keep comparing to chess just because most of the people will know to play chess, but I think it needs to be considered as a game on its own, with its own peculiarities, like a shogi, for example. Although this, I think, has a manageable complexity, in a sense that it's very hard, more or less like chess, I suppose, but I can understand what's the strategy and the different openings, or at least I'm trying to understand it. For shogi, I have no clue what I'm doing. If I play shogi, it's just random. Anyway, I need to charge my laptop before it dies. Okay, so they're playing 20 minutes plus 10 seconds, I think. So still a lot of time. The two captains of Estonia and Germany. So I think they're taking it seriously, the honor of the first place. I mean, there are still 3 rounds to go, but this is probably the hardest match for both. Although also England and Colombia are very strong contenders. Okay, so the pawn was defended by the elephant. So I would play the rook here, but I'm not sure if it's actually a good move or not. I'm just assuming is good. I think Bernd knows what he's doing. I don't see many other ways to defend the cannon. Oh no, actually the cannon is already defended by the other cannon. Never mind. So actually black could just ignore it and play the rook somewhere else. Maybe, as I said, playing the rook on the 7th row or the 2nd row, and then have a lot of space here, because the 2nd row is mostly empty at the beginning, at least. So the value of the pieces is a bit different from chess. So the chariot is the most powerful piece, and it's actually considered to be 9 points. Okay. The cannon and the horse are both valued 4.5, I think, between 4 and 5 points. The elephant, I think, is worth 2 points, roughly. The advisor and the pawns are worth 1, something like that. So the important thing is not to lose your chariot or exchange it for a chariot. I think, yeah, a cannon and a horse are worth a chariot, but not sure. The cannon can be quite dangerous if there are enough pieces. There's the other thing. The cannons are pretty useful in the beginning of the game when there are lots of pieces, but the horse has instead a lot of obstacles, so it's pretty useful in the end games. So there is this asymmetry, which is pretty interesting. So red pushed the pawn with the idea that if black takes the pawn, then there will be a mount for the cannon to take the knight. If black doesn't take, he has to find another move. I mean, he can move knight, for instance, and then if red takes the pawn, then the elephant takes the pawn, and it's fine, I think. Although the problem is that if knight moves, then the cannon here is not defended anymore, and the chariot can just take the cannon. Seems a good move, but I don't know. What else black can do? I mean, maybe just defend the knight with the chariot. Place the chariot here on 7-2, and also another peculiarity that I still don't understand is the notation system. So the board doesn't have coordinates like other games, but the coordinates are dependent on the player. So you see for red, the column 1 start here, 2, 3, 4, etc. And for black is the other way around. So I think it's a bit like mind-blowing in like overcomplicated, but I don't know. Okay, so black responded actually with another threat. Rather than defending the knight here or defending the pawn, is attacking the knight here. So remember, the king cannot move diagonal, so this knight is actually hanging at the moment, but yeah, it's just defended by the other chariot. Fine. So I suppose now this knight needs to be defended anyway by the chariots, right? I guess. What else can black do? Actually, I don't know. So the black knight cannot move. Can he? No, yeah, I can't. . I mean, it could. The thing, it cannot counter. I was thinking it could counterattack here. The black chariot goes here to double on this column. The problem is that the cannon actually benefit from this because you can capture the chariot on top. So it doesn't work. So Kuusk seems to be in a complicated moment now. I'm sure there must be something, it's not a blunder, but I can't see actually what. Well, yeah, you said just move the chariot here, defend the knight. Right. I mean, you have to give up. If the cannon takes the pawn, yeah, you have to give up. Oh no, wait, no. But if it comes here, then elephant takes. So I think probably the best is, yeah, chariot goes here to defend the knight, the horse. The pawn takes pawn, knight, elephant takes pawn. Fine. Okay. But it's a bit passive. I understand that is probably something passive it doesn't want to play. But I don't know enough Xiangwi to evaluate how passive is the position, if already black needs to sacrifice something to get some activity. It's a bit less dynamic than chess, I would say, so it's not easy to sacrifice material to get something in return. But I've seen in this book some really nice combination, like checkmate patterns that they seem like impossible, but then after a couple of sacrifice you get checkmate, but you need to get in a specific like a more advanced stage of the game. I think here was still in the opening, and I think they both need to play cautiously. In the meanwhile, I'll scroll my Facebook. Sorry. There are a few people watching. Or the chariot could go in here and attack the cannon straight away. Oh no, okay. Oh, but this seems like a problem. Ah no, okay, maybe no. So if the chariot takes this cannon, then the black chariot takes the red knight, the red horse. But then black will lose also the horse here. Doesn't look very convincing to me, but we'll see. There is also Xiangwi tournament at the My Sports Olympia, which I might gonna play, but consider also that pieces are usually this, which makes it a bit more complicated for me to understand. I mean, I kind of got used now, but so if the chariot here takes the horse, the chariot here takes the horse here, don't see black can do something particularly dangerous. He needs to move some pawns here to get the horses out. Okay, let's switch back to this. So that's to take there. Probably red will take here, I suppose. Maybe there is a better move, I don't know. No, okay. Now this chariot is, this cannon is actually defended by the elephant. This elephant is not defended, although it's not that important to defend it, probably. Okay, he's well, it's not really defending it because it can be taken, I'm not sure. The cannon here can take the pawn, but then the knight will take. So okay, so that's fine. That's not an issue. I'm more worried about actually the black rook chariot going here, attacking the cannon. Well, the cannon could take the pawn. So okay, it's taking the pawn. We can change the color. I like more actually the one with the reverse, but maybe this is more similar to a proper Xiangwi board. Oh wait, so it quickly moved. Okay, here. Okay. What's the point of this move? Okay, the cannon is defended by the chariot. The chariots can take here. The cannon can take here. It needs another. Okay, the elephant goes here. Okay. Okay, so it seems after all black is not playing that. Is not in troubles yet. I would have said. That red is winning here. Red's got 2 chariots, 2 cannons, 1 knight. Black has got 2 chariots, 1 cannon, 1 knight. So it's down by a cannon. Okay, which is actually said here, explained here. I didn't notice that. Okay, so now the pawn will be able to move sideways as well, and if we move sideways here, I know. Okay, well, there won't be a problem because the chariot will take it. But I mean, yeah, it could be still dangerous. Or the cannon could move here as well to basically interfere between the chariot and the cannon. If it gets taken by the chariots, then the advisor will take it. If not, then the rook will take here. I think it was a move to consider, but anyway. Black cannon moves there, I don't know why. Not sure actually. I'll just put the cannon in a safe place. This cannon also can move up to here to attack the elephant. Don't know if it's worth it, but at least eliminates a couple of defenders, sorry. What time is it? I need to have lunch. Haha. I probably gonna, yeah, I'll finish to follow this game and maybe the beginning of the next game, but then I have to leave in like 40 minutes or something. But interesting, because I really want to learn more Xiangwi. Okay. What's the idea of this move? I'm not sure. Okay, that's aggressive. This pawn at the moment is defended by the horse, so the chariot is not a threat, yet, at least. Maybe the idea is just to go with the chariot here and attack the knight, the horse, which can't move. Although this cannon will be free to move. I think another idea is trying to restrain the opponent piece's liberty. So this cannon cannot move anywhere now. This knight can still move, but if the chariot goes here to this square, to this I don't know what's it called, this pawn point, something like that, then the horse is not able to move anymore. So since there is not really jumping like in Western chess, the horse can be stopped. Okay, the pawn moved sideways. It could capture this pawn as well in the next move. Not clear if it's a good move or not, but or can actually just keep going up and then capturing the elephant, which that looks better. Not because the elephant itself, but mainly because eliminate one defender of the palace. And once this elephant is taken, then the cannon can go here and give check, and then becomes a bit dangerous, I think. Then becomes complicated. Unless black has some other moves. Okay, he's attacking the horse. How this horse... I don't know how the horse can be defended. He has to go back in here, which looks not very nice to me, because the king gets basically blocked in here. But I don't see what else. Because remember, the advisor and the king can never get out of the palace, so they can never be used to defend anything outside. To defend this horse, we'll need... Actually, the horse is actually now defended by the cannon, so it's not a problem for now. Yeah, at least not for now. But I think red can continue with going up, probably with a pawn. I'll try to switch back to the characters just to train. Okay, the pawn goes there. So I was teaching Go to a kid, 7-year-old, and we start to play other games as well because he's quite keen on these strategy games. And he's Chinese, and he got a nice Xiangwi board, so we play sometimes. And he told me that the horse can be recognized because it's got these 4 little legs at the bottom. So now I'm never gonna forget how the horse looked like, the horse character. Then the advisors are those with this cross. The chariot has got this like 2 signs, two horizontal lines, bottom and top, and a box, a square in the middle. And then about the other ones, I'm not sure. The cannon moves here. I don't know why didn't take the elephant. I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, okay, because the cannon was attacked by the chariot. Okay. So now the chariot could take the advisor here, but the advisor will take back. So probably not useful. And also consider that once the pawn take the elephant, the red cannon can take here, and then becomes dangerous for real. Okay, the pawn goes on. What happens if the pawn takes here? The chariot takes back, I think, and then the horse is free to go. I think that's the main idea. That the horse couldn't move otherwise. Yeah, I think without moving the pawn, the horses can never. Okay, so if the elephant takes here. Okay, no, clearly not. Okay, now it starts to become a bit dangerous because this this horse here can take this, and then the horse can take back, and the rook takes. Okay, let's switch back. Is it a problem? Maybe not. What is this pawn doing here? It's not clear actually. Although it could become dangerous at some point. For example, okay, sorry here. I will place the rook. Okay, this is pinning the elephant. So now the elephant cannot take the pawn here. Okay, although the horse could take back. Well, anyway. I will also consider to move the red chariot here all to the top to threaten a check, because the king cannot take, because it will be checked by the cannon. Okay. Okay, black pawn takes. Also, the chariot can move here, actually, attacking the cannon and threatening at the same time to take. Although if the cannon just moved, then it's not a problem, but we said the horse here is defended by the cannon. This pawn here is not really well defended, but probably there is better to do. Okay, the cannon goes straight there. So if the king takes, then the chariot, it doesn't even take it. Maybe there was clearly something, or maybe we'll lose the advisor, and that's enough. I mean, there are a lot of checkmate schemes. Okay, see, there's the other chariot can go here, and that would probably be checkmate. So if the king takes, the chariot goes here, check, the king goes up, the chariot gives check. The advisor can protect, but then okay, okay, so now, okay, but now it's checkmate. No, the chariot can still go here. But the chariot can give check from here as well. And then the pawn will go here and give checkmate. No, this is not checkmate. No, it still is checkmate because the king cannot get out of the palace. Oh my god, I always forget this. The king cannot get out of the palace. So even if the chariot gets here, red chariot just takes, and that's it. Okay, so he seems over. It's so weird that the palace. Anyway, good game both. It was a complicated game as well, but I cannot judge very much. Okay, what will be the next game? I think I can cover part of the next game. So we got Blokus and Havannah left. Xiangwi, okay. So Kuusk has got 2 games to try to get back on, to come back. So they played again on another 2 different platforms. This is the only round where all the platforms are different. We try to limit to 2-3 different ones with the options of an extra 1 or 2, but and usually every round has no more than 2 platforms. Usually play strategy and IGGC, board space, and BGA. This main 4 ones. But for Blokus we need to use another one, Pentola. Okay, there's maybe I should play a game now. there. Oh yeah, play with the computer, yeah. Oh, okay, so I can play with the computer Xiangwi. Oh, okay. Maybe I should play with the bot a bit more. Anyway, resign. The last so one of the games has Pentola, so if I enter as a guest I should be able to see I think I will be able to see their game there, but I'm not sure, because I've used only once to play, but never used to actually watch another match, so I don't know. Okay, I think I'll leave you here for a second. I'll go back. I will continue for another half an hour, I think. Hello, I'm here, I'm back, but I think I have to leave now or very soon, and I'm not sure what are they playing. They should play Blokus, but I can't see, and yet this is the only game I see ongoing, and I don't know if it's actually them or not. Anyway, maybe they are focused. I try to text Bernd, but they probably focus playing, or they having issues. Anyway, Blokus is another interesting game where you have all these polyominoes pieces by one made of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 squares with all the possible shapes. So you got one made of 1, one made of 2, 2 made of 3, and so on and so forth, for a total of 25 maybe, for, well, let me see, for 8, 9, 12, 14, 19, no, 21 pieces. Okay, so you have to put it on the board. They cannot be connected by their side, but only by corners. And of course the goal of the game is to take as much space as possible in the whole board. So if you have pieces left that you couldn't play, then these are minus points. And you start from, I think, from the center somewhere. I'm not sure again about the opening protocol, but it's probably them. I'm not sure 100%, but I suppose it's them. Okay, it's them, yeah. But they have to restart maybe, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure who is who though. Anyway, I think I have to go. So it's a shame I can't cover the other two games, but good luck, guys. It's pretty fun game, but I've never played very much with other players, only with a computer. Okay, have a good Saturday, a good weekend, and hope to stream some other games at some point when there are new matches